All right, guys, welcome back to the shop. You are in my shop. You're getting a full front on your vehicle. You're getting PPF. Let's do this full hood, full custom bulk hood. It's a big sheet if you take a look at it, really nice and big. We are going to install this on this Cadillac Escalade ESV. It's a 2026 model, so really beautiful vehicle. Let's go through the process. You can get a really good view of what this installation process looks like, and hopefully you'll be in my shop getting some PPF on your vehicle. So typically we start by pre-wetting, getting solution underneath the film. It's already got gel and slip. We're gonna put some more soap underneath there. Make sure our film slides around during our install. We're installing Incognito X, the new from Autobahn. It looks good so far, super glossy. It beads water really well, so I'm really excited. So I think it's gonna be a really nice film. So Autobahn, shout out Autobahn. So here we go, getting our film wet. Make sure we're spraying enough solution. It's a big hood. Make sure our film plays well. I want to see the film have a little bit of movement, just like that. Nothing's tacking on. See a little bit tacking. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're good. Yeah, it's happy. There we go. Happy. Let's get our film. So we're gonna do a four-corner tack. Four-corner tack, that means we're gonna tack on each corner of the hood. So I like to start on the top side. So get everything lined up. Make sure I got my squeegee ready. We got extra film for overhang. We should have enough on the other side. Get everything smoothed out. We're gonna tack our first corner. That's distilled hot water. Tack it on the fender. This is our last part of our install. I've already done the fenders, headlights, front bumper, grill surrounds. This thing's pretty much almost ready to go. So here's our second corner. I like to give it a little bit of a tug, so we have a little bit of tension. What am I doing right there? There we go. That's a good squeegee. Make sure everything looks good. Top side looks good. This looks a little tight. Let's readjust. Great thing about PPF is you can always readjust. You always have some time to play around, make sure your tension looks right. And then we've got our top corners. Now let's read the film. The film's gonna tell us which way to stretch it and how much stretch we need. So I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of something like this. See what the film tells me. This area drops down pretty good, this valley. I wanna make sure that we don't have a lot of fingers there. That's good. These fingers seem to disappear fairly well. I'm trying to get halfway on the hood. So that's good right there. What if I tack it on the badge? Maybe we can do an extra tack point, make it a little bit simpler for us. So if I tack it right there, maybe that'll help me out. Then back to this portion of the hood. Oh yeah. Everything just falls right in. You see that? You see how there's no fingers on this top side right there? Super clean. So I think that'll be the stretch we need right there. So let's give a distilled water, hot water. I think we're good to go right there. Tack that corner. Everything looks good. Perfect. Moving along. Whoa. Almost ate it. That's why you gotta watch how you can't be wearing these gaudy shoes like mine. And give it a little bit of a tug here. Let's see if we got enough tack right there. Hopefully that'll hold that. And no, looks like we're gonna have to reposition a little bit more. It's all part of the game. Get a little bit of a stretch this way. I think that's what we need right there. So, hot distilled water. And that should do the trick. So there we go. We got a 4-corner tack. We got a little bit, but not a big strong finger in this area. So we're gonna go ahead and wet the top side of our film. And we're gonna start squeegeeing everything down. So 4-corner tack, everything is loose. That's what we like to see. I'm gonna try to get some of these pockets of air out of the hood. So if you come follow me right here, we're gonna sink our finger in here, see if our film's still loose. There's nothing tacked on too strong. And as you can tell, there we go. That's what we want to see. You've got a whole lot of that air out of there. That's what we want. We don't want to fight that pocket. A little bit of moisture there. Air. Boom, look at that. So it's pretty much gone. We just have a little bit of air. So I want to keep feeding that out. And then I'm going to grab a nice curved squeegee like this. And we're gonna see how this goes. So I'm gonna squeegee out this way. We're gonna break the hood in pieces. That's how I like to work. Get some nice quadrants. Nice hard pass. And it's pretty much done. Look at that. Nice and clean. That valley is done. Top side of my film, squeeze it outward. And unfortunately, there we go. I introduced a little bit of moisture and had to go back at there, but it looks like we got it out. So now we're squeegeeing out. So from that body line, squeegee out your slip solution. And I would say this is probably the most challenging area of the hood. Exit point right here, and then we're going to follow this body line, start squeezing everything nice and out. And this is, I wouldn't say it's a hard hood, it's just big, so you just got to take your time. And we'll just squeegee on out. We're going to go this way. And then I'm going to leave this pocket for last. We're going to tackle this little valley again. So we'll tackle this first. So like I did on the other side, make sure our film's not tacked. Make sure we can get that air out. Speed it out. There we go, little by little. There we go. Start squeegeeing it out. Hard pass. Try to turn that, but we're good. So if you stick the camera right there, take a look, nice and clear. That's what we want. Lift a little bit, make sure you get some of this. There we go. Now the film should be pretty happy. So we'll start working this out. While I'm squeegeeing, I'm going to be scanning, making sure everything looks clean. Should be clean because I squeegeed it like 12 times. So a little bit of overkill, but nobody wants to lift this hood and redo anything. So go under here. With PPF, there's a lot of ways to get the installation done. Everyone has their own way. I think at the end of the day, as long as the end goal is for it to be clean, look good, no contamination, successful install with the film, you didn't overdo anything, no hard, crazy stretching they have to worry about popping up. And yeah, that's basically it. You want a clean install. So we did that valley. This valley actually is a whole lot less air pocket than this side, or a smaller air pocket. So let's go in here, try to work this sucker out. My film's closing up a little bit on me right there. Whoop! Look at that. Your hand's a pretty good squeegee. So let's grab my stool. Let's go get my stool. So yeah, so if you guys are in short Cibolo, you're looking for a PPF installer, you got one. Been installing for quite some time, a little bit over 8 years. We use Autobahn here at my shop. Premium film, it's fantastic, you want it. Lifetime warranty, no fault warranty, so there's no losing. So if you're in search for Cibolo, I'm your guy. So a little bit more solution. Yeah, you'd be right. You would need a lot of solution to do this on a hood. And then we're going to squeegee upward. I think that's the route I want to go here. And I know my hood shouldn't be tacked. Oh, there I am. Putting my foot in my mouth. It is tacked a little bit. So we'll go ahead and squeegee upward. Feed some of this downward. Hopefully that doesn't get us in trouble. Then I'll squeegee this to the middle. Hopefully you guys like my stance with my foot standing up behind me. Okay. I think that's pretty much that half. Let's move around to this side. I'm hooked. Yeah, there we go. It's like my trademark. I'm always dropping the squeegee. A little bit more solution. Man, this hood is so big. And I'm so short. Having a hard time reaching. There we go. Oh. No. Obviously, like I said earlier, working in quadrants, and I'm going to shoot this all the way up. I just want to get all the middle solution out. Like that. And I guess we'll just work this one downward, this solution down here. We're almost home. Almost home. Let's move that slip up there, get that pocket of air traveling upward. Need a firmer squeegee. There we go. Nice hard pass. Let's double check everything. got some moisture stuck right there. We're gonna have to work this down here. There we go. And we're pretty much almost there, guys. We already got 90% of the hood installed. Looks good. Now we're just gonna work this middle. I do have a little finger right here. It's not the worst finger in the world. Let's see what the film does. Let's start squeegeeing it. Let's see where it goes. Good thing about film is it'll tell you where it's gonna go, and it'll tell you where it can't go. So that'll give us a better idea. So it looks like it's falling in here. Looks like I'm about to get over this first initial body line. Okay, so that's good. Feed this film, see what it says. Now it looks like it's just going to be this area. So I just need to even the stretch out. So I'm going to grab my distilled water, have it here on the side. Put some extra slip on my hands. And let's see what the... You don't really need much of a stretch. You just need to even out the film, realistically. So it looks like it'll fall in fairly well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tack there. I'm not pulling hard. It might look like I'm pulling hard, but I'm barely putting. I'm just trying to flatten out the film so I can get rid of those lines or those fingers, however you want to call it. A little bit of finger there. They're pretty soft though. They're not really crazy sharp. You can tell. There you go. It just flattens out fairly easily. So then those are going to be easy to kind of work into that recess. We actually removed this hood trim we removed the hood trim to put our film tucked in there, because a cutout around there, that'd be super janky. You don't want that. You want your install to be seamless. And as you can tell, already it's lining up. We just have a little bit of finger there. A little bit of tack. Just flatten those out. There you go. Look at that. We got one finger right there. And since this is all nice and flat, I'm going to work this extra film a little bit over here, over the edge. So when we install that trim back on, you're not going to be able to see anything. It's going to be perfect. No cutout, no seam, no weird pattern looking mess. So a little bit of fingers there. Flush it out a little bit of distilled water. Work those out, and I think we're pretty much good to go. No sharp fingers. There's a little bit. That's a small finger. Not too bad. I think there's just a little bit too much soap right there. Boom. So everything else is gonna fall right underneath, so we can hide the excess of the film. And that's about it, guys, right now. So I'm going to finish working around, probably handle this little finger situation right here, and then let it dry a little bit, trim it, seal it, put the bezel back on, and this ESV will be ready to go. All right, so back to it. So we got the film installed. This is kind of what I wanted to show you guys. So we removed this trim so we can hide the film, and if you get really nice and close, you can see the excess film has covered where it would be, the excess film has gone into the area of where the bezel would sit at. So as you can see, there's a little bit of film right there. So it's over this curve, so super nice and clean. So when that bezel's back on there, you're not gonna be able to see it at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna trim it above this tab hole, because that's where the inserts go. And then we'll just make a nice soft trim right there. It'll be a nice clean line. No one's ever gonna see it, but if someone were to work on it, they'd see some pretty clean work. So that's what we got going on the front side of the hood. So it's been cut and trimmed. And then I'm actually gonna start making my wrap on the underside a little bit smaller, a nice cleaner wrap, or a little bit cleaner, a little bit shorter. So usually what I do is I'll kind of go in here. I think we're gonna do a cut like this. So we're gonna score it a little bit and then cut down, then cut down this way. So when I lay down this corner, I just gotta go swoop and it'll lay down with some heat. But we've already started our nip. Go right here. I kind of want to do like, I don't know if it's a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch, whatever the case is, but we'll just start our trim right here. I'm going to want to do a nice clean line. So this excess film is going to be wrapped underneath. It'll be super nice and clean. We'll just keep following it. Way better than, let's say, a big old flap like this underneath. That'll be all janky. So go in here, nice soft trim. I'll use my finger to guide, and we'll just start scoring it little by little. And there we go. And then we'll follow this cut all the way around. We've already trimmed the back side of the hood, so now we're just doing the sides. So super clean. You're not gonna be able to see it. Customer's not gonna notice it. It's not gonna notice it. Gonna be a really nice looking wrap. If you're an installer, this is kind of my preferred way of trimming. And I do believe that this amount of wrap is good enough to hold. Shorter, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. More than that, kind of janky. So you just want to have a nice clean wrap. Then toward the corner on most hoods, I kind of don't want to have as much film because film tends to bunch up a little bit at these ends. So we're going to want to work our squeegee pushing down any possible fingers little by little. So as you see, I kind of sloped inward. Boom, that's been trimmed out. So I'm gonna start heat sealing it or throwing some tack in there, getting the adhesive to soften up a little bit. Then we'll start laying it down, squeegeeing it, button it all up. We'll get the bezel back on, and we'll get this hood ready to go. So keep watching. Cool. So like I was saying, so we have the film over this hump. If you look real close, it's over that beveled edge. So super nice and clean. This is the leftover of our film. We're actually gonna nip it up, give it that clean line, so it just looks proper, I guess. I mean, we could just let it be all janky, but then why come to our shop? So I've already started this trim right here. So if you get real close right here, you'll see I've already trimmed it from this corner. Follow this body line or this edge, super tight. You probably can't see it on camera. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a straight shot over these tab holes just to keep it nice and clean, and then we'll throw on that bezel and you won't see the film. It'll be perfect. So go right here. If you want to come on that side right there, get some blade out. It's already been snapped, so it's nice and clean. I'm going to take some time to do my lineup, a little bit of pressure at first, and then we're going to start scoring it. That squeal is what we want. It doesn't always happen, but generally that's the kind of noise you want, where you're cutting the film but you're not digging too deep into the paint. Because nobody wants cut paint. And I'm gonna try to keep it nice and straight. Obviously it's gonna be hard to do that, but there might be a little bit of high and low, but generally it's gonna be clean. And you still wanna see it either way. We'll keep going, we're gonna keep going. Right here, we got a bigger hole, so we're gonna go up a little higher. Super soft pressure. That's the squeal we want. I wonder if that's annoying you guys yet. It's like singing. It's like angels. Angels of PPF, just kidding. Is this a record? Let me know in the comments down below. Dang, Alexis. A PPF score game is tight. And I'm done. Then hopefully there we go. That was super nice and easy. So generally when I like to pull a trim, when I trim film, I like to pull very carefully. I've always seen those horror stories where you like yank on the film and then just poof, it goes right into the hood. So we don't want that because I've already installed it. It's a big piece of film. It's been a lot of work and I don't like redoing things. I will if I have to, but redoing it because of this would be pretty bad. There we go, nice and clean. Everything's tearing off really well. Those, oh, you see that? It broke right there, but at least it didn't go upward. So I'm gonna pull from the other end. Keep going, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there, and boom. So that's trimmed up right there. Slap on this bezel, and we'll be good to go. Let me go grab that bezel real quick. All right, so here's my bezel. It's been PPF too, so that's really cool. So I think this customer's gonna be really happy that literally even the plastic trim, the whole fascia, everything's done on this vehicle. So the cool thing about this is it just has these, had bolts on the underside, so we just removed it. 1, 2, 3. On this one is a 26 Cadillac ESV, Escalade ESV, so in case you do it. And then it's just got these tabs where I just used a needle nose plier and just kind of pinched it from the underside. So super simple. I'm just gonna go right here, line it up. And everything should just fall right in. And there you go. Super clean. So like I said, the film is actually underneath. You're not gonna be able to see the film at all. You don't have to worry about anything peeling, no debris traveling in there. Look at that, super clean. That film is all the way underneath there. That customer should be very happy with how this looks. All I gotta do is tighten it up, push the clips back in, but you guys get the point. And I think what's left is just to do some heat sealing on the edges. So we'll probably throw a clip of that and we'll keep it moving. All right, so we're sealing the edges and this hood is just about ready. This is a portion of the install where we're gonna take our time. It's gonna be nice and slow. We don't wanna rush this aspect of the installation. We wanna make sure that our film is nice and adhered to this edge. But if you look real close, well, you're not gonna see anything. It's super clean. And that's the look you want. That's the look that you want, or what you should have on your installation. You want that film to be feathered into that edge. So that's basically it, my friends. So you want to know what it's like to PPF a hood, a full custom bulk hood here at my shop at Detail Aesthetics? Then there you go. So Cadillac ESV, it came out beautiful. It's just about ready. We're just gonna finish out a few things on it, but if you look at it, it looks perfect. Super clean. Film is tucked in. We're doing the corners right now. But this is a dialed in hood, a full custom hood. So if you're in Cibolo, PPF, give me a call, Detail Aesthetics, Alexis.